guess we'll wait for this thing to kick in. Put this over here. Sun's coming up over there. There we go. Well, that was better for everybody. So we'll wait and see who pops in here. For those of you on the replay crew, this is trip number 2. This is in a series of live streams or videos that I'll be doing on, moving out of the state of Virginia. That is for sure. And of course, I forgot my coffee cup. So, I'm just glad that's the only thing that I forgot. We'll see what happens. Looks like you got one people in here. Deanna, good to see you. Good morning, young lady. Hopefully you're having a great day. Sorry, I'm in traffic here a little bit and just kind of trekking along. Just started. I'll probably get to my final destination in about 5.5, 6 hours tops, depending on what kind of time I can make. We got, who is that? Oops, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Basically, we're getting out of this state. Good. Deanna, you saying good morning a second time? Okay, fair enough. It says there's 3 of you in here. There we go. It's really difficult for me to see you guys' names, so if I miss one, let me know. The camera is further away than I would like it to be, but it is what it is. I can't see. I think that's Shane showed up, or Sean. I'm not sure how you say it. Making that road trip, talking about the stuff that's going on. I just got done paying $3.19 for gasoline, and that is pretty expensive for here on the eastern shore of Virginia. No, I was good. You're not good at this. That happens. That's gonna happen. But I made a video last night. Sorry, I just dropped my sunglasses. I made a video last night about not freaking out about the gas prices. I mean, how bad could it be, right? How bad could it be compared to a year ago, right? So, interestingly enough, I brought my leftist triggering hat today. Hopefully, you guys like that. If you like my leftist triggering hat, put a 1 in the chat. Don't forget to give the thumbs up on the video. I'm seeing a lot of winter fowl flying north, so summer is, oh my God, Oops says it will get higher. Yeah, maybe. I honestly think that this is just the fuel companies taking advantage of the situation. We all know they do it. It's like you don't really need proof. You just know that it's happening. Oh no, a hurricane is 12 days out. Let's spike the price of gas by 20 cents. Oh no, the Strait of Hormuz got closed for 32 seconds while the U.S. Navy completely destroyed the Iranian Navy, chasing them into international waters and sinking them. So, oh no, only 20% of actual crude comes out of the Gulf now. Oh no. So, I'm not worried about it. We'll pay a little bit more right now. It's going to be a little bit of butt pain, God knows, with all the driving, right? I need to change that. I forgot to zero out my trip meter when I filled up. But, that's what's happening. That's what's going to happen. And then it's all going to, write your trauma in Jell-O. Because it's not indelible ink, that's for sure. Let's see here. I got what is this? A laugh? Someone sent me a laugh? No. Something? Thank you. I don't know what that is. Hey, what's going on, Colt? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. What are we going to talk about today? I figure I'd give you guys about an hour before I get on the bridge and my cell service dies or I just get tired of talking. So, what's up, Cindy? I just think the whole thing's a joke. I think the whole thing's a joke. I think that, you know, the gas, it's always the same people. Oh my God, the world's gonna end. It's not. It's not. I mean, literally, behind me, let me see if I can show you. Behind me, that's all preps. Underneath that is like 6 5-gallon gas cans. They're empty. They should be full. I had to, you know, honestly, I've been kind of planning this trip, so I've been using the gasoline, burning it up. But once I get back to North Carolina, I got to fill them right back up, right? You know, it's easier. It's easy. Once the screen is in your back window. Oh, this was an old maintenance van that I bought. We bought it for, basically we bought it. You're talking, yeah, see that black screen? It's just metal. It's a metal screen to keep people from breaking in. If they break the glass, they're not going to get through the that metal screen. It's steel. It's not like some El Cheapo crapo. But so we bought this van, and we actually built it out to like sleep in it and keep food in it and all this other stuff. You know, basically like van life type modifications to it. And then you know, things changed with the girlfriend's cancer, and we just can't afford to maintain 2 households. I can't afford to maintain the property in North Carolina, which some of you have seen, and you know, a property here. So we're technically not leaving the state of Virginia. We're just going to be like moving our stuff to North Carolina. We're basically back and forth while we do our van life stuff. And so we bought this van. It's an old maintenance van. We got a great deal. It was only $5,000. I only had to put a couple thousand into it to keep it going. But those metal screens, they keep people from breaking into the van. Now I was able to get the one out of the back window, and I think I got another one off. I think I got 2 of them off there. I'm not sure. Nope, I guess not, just the back window. But the ones that are on the side, they're actually riveted. If you take off the cowlings, it's actually riveted to the steel, or to the chassis itself. So, is that the chassis? I'm saying that right? Anyway, this thing says there's 4 people in here. I'm not believing that for a second. It was like 16 a minute ago. Do me a favor, put a 1 in the chat, guys. Wake up that chat for me. If you haven't thumbed up yet, do the thumbs up thing. It almost sounds like a dance somebody needs to make. Do the thumbs up thing. And let's fix those numbers. But, so I just started out. This is done. This is the second trip. The first trip, great trip. Went there, dropped the stuff off, made a video, got up the next morning, like at 2 in the damn morning, my body just woke me up. It's like, I'm going driving. And which just kind of went on from there. Man, I guess I pissed a couple of people off when I started telling that, you know, it's always the same people crying about, you know, the doom and gloom kind of crap. That was very interesting. If you guys want to talk about something, do me a favor, put it in the chat. I will be happy to talk about it. What we got? Star showed up. Good to see you. Good to see you, Star. I haven't seen you in a while. Canada. I wonder where Alan is. Where the hell's Alan? Yes, you're my #1 Canadian today, Star. All right. Just trying not to get a ticket here. Someone wrote something in there, but I got to look at this traffic light real quick. And you're a hurricane kit. Hold on a second. This guy just drove through an intersection, got right in front of me, and is going like 20 miles an hour. And playing on her phone. Or no, she's just really a bad driver. Okay, you're a hurricane kit. I've never seen one of them before. Oh, okay, I gotcha. I'm confused. Are you leaving Virginia to North Carolina or no? Both. So I'm a North Carolina resident, but I spent a good chunk of my life here on the Eastern Shore of Virginia. My residency is there. Now, the girlfriend is a resident of Virginia, and she spends the majority of her residency here. But we're going to be back and forth. We're going to say it's like 50-50, for different reasons. But anyway, let's see here. The hurricane kit. Yeah, that hurricane kit, so back in the day, I bought that box. You can still find them. They're like, look up locker boxes, like plastic locker boxes. There may be better versions of that box, to be honest with you. That box is probably, 30, 40 years old. Not joking. I bought that box when I was in Okinawa, Japan. I had to send a bunch of stuff back because they'll only let you like get on the plane with your sea bag and your pack, and a uniform bag. That back then, that's how they did it. But anyway, so I had to like mail things back, and you can like mail a box. It'll cost you some money, but you can mail a box. You just, go through the process and mail a box. Next thing you know, it shows up wherever you're going. Anyway, so that's where that box came from. And inside of it, I keep basically no less than 2 cans of fuel and the camp stove. And then I keep canned and dry goods inside of it, and some basic utensils. It's small camp pots to boil water in. That's all I do is boil water, and it's got like a spigot and a cap. And then I'll also keep a frying pan, a medium-sized frying pan, and anything to maneuver the food in the frying pan, the utensils, things like that. And then salt and pepper, just the basics. Because the idea is that I'm not really going camping. It's because the power's out and I have an electric stove in North Carolina, and so I just put it right on top of it. That was electric stove as well. So yeah, that's it's crazy. It's crazy. But the having that hurricane kit is definitely a must. Also, things like in I think there's a brand called Nabs, but basically like cracker snacks, peanut butter, the one that's like something like cheese or whatever in it. Those are really good to have inside a hurricane kit. And then and also I keep locks, cable locks inside the hurricane kit because I have the generator, and what I'll do is the generator's on wheels, and I keep it in one outbuilding because it has stronger protections there, and then I will wheel it out to another outbuilding that's closer. It's actually the pump house for the well. I will wheel it out there and put it underneath the roof of the pump house, and then I'll chain lock it or cable lock it to one of the main poles or the main beams, and that way no one will steal it, because it's not cheap. It's got like the little, you can like beep beep, and it'll start all by itself, remote control start, all that stuff. It's a good little generator. I'm glad I've only had to use it a few times. I have been remiss on maintaining it. So that is one of the things on my to-do list. It's going to be interesting going back to the property and spending more time there, especially with the summer coming. I got to get my mower fixed. My hydrostatic drive crapped out. And I'm pretty sure it's just a leak in the hose. Like I need a whole hose or the coupler. But it's a mess. It's a mess. I don't even want to deal with it. But it's starting to warm up. It's supposed to be 76 degrees in North Carolina tomorrow. And that means the grass will start to grow. And that's a problem if you have a large acreage. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see here. You need good cancer health care. My mom went to Winston-Salem. Yeah, I've heard they actually do have a great center up there. There's also another one, a regional one, that is very close to where we're going to. But we've also had a couple of phone calls about there's a group of people. It's a nonprofit that do outreach. You contact them, you tell them your situation, and they do outreach for clinical trials for cancer. And so we've got that. We've had the conversations with them, and I'm going to have to stop here. And so they're going to be checking out the clinical trials that are available, seeing if we qualify, and then kind of going from there. So, all right. So what else are we going to talk about, guys? I got 5 people, 5 thumbs up. Still have 2 feet of snow here in Ontario, Canada. I believe it's Star. It's Canada. I mean, come on, right? I would expect it. I would totally expect it. I mean, I know that the people out west aren't that bad. Oh man, the island or Vancouver maybe. I'm not positive about the names, but I do know east and west, and the west side is much nicer to live on than the east side. That's what I'm told. That's what I'm told. I started plants, no grass yet. There you go. Yeah, I'm looking at Walmart has put out all of their. No, I don't work there. Walmart has put out all of their early planting supplies right near the front entrance. So it's like a good reminder, it's a good reminder. Let's put some seeds in some stuffs, and even with all the moving around that I'm doing right now, just doing some early stuff, putting it in a window, let it germinate, let it get plenty of sunlight, you know what I'm saying? And then make it so that I can just pick it up and take it right outside. My house is in a weird position. I got one side that gets almost no direct sunlight. I've got one side that gets sunlight half of the day. And then I've got another side that gets sunlight all day long. And then I guess I got one side that gets sunlight at the end of the day. So I've got some options if I want to plant around the house. I don't know if I want to do just that just yet, because that means, like, the way my house is set up, you don't get to turn your signal on and come over just because you want to, dipstick. The way I've got my my lawn set up right now, it's really easy for me to do very minimal weed eating. And I don't know if I want to put a bunch of plants out, right where I'm going to be weed eating. Or right where create more weed eating. That's what I don't want to do. I just want to drive my mower fast as I can. Who's saying good morning to me? I can't read that, damn it. Oh, Dry Creek. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Who? It's like Ian showed up. Ian, there we go. That's my man right there. Hopefully you are feeling better today. Oh, man. I'm going to have to get over anyway. Son of a biscuit. God. For those of you that are picking up, this is trip number 2. I'm just going to start labeling like trip number 2. I've actually taken off like all of the tags and all of the one of them is a tag and the other's hash marks. I've taken them off of everything supposedly just to see where YouTube decides to do stuff with the channel, because YouTube has been playing some magical games. I'm actually losing subscribers, but as I understand it, it doesn't matter anymore. Like, your subscriber count doesn't matter anymore, which I think is cool, because then I don't have to focus on subscribers, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you'll either be here or you won't. You either see it or you won't, My entire life is built around 2 major factors: effort and enthusiasm. And if you've got both of those, you can pretty much accomplish anything you want. How much would you say you have spent on prepper gear? Wow. Oh, wow. That's Cole asking that. I don't know, man. Honestly, I never really kept track of it. If I had to guess, yeah, honestly, if I had to guess, so I've got about maybe $3,000 on my Amazon card, and I use that for mainly for just buying, prepper or video related stuff. But I would say I used it more video related stuff, so maybe $2,000 there. But I mean that card's paid off, but that's the way that was. But I don't know. I think I would say over since 2008, maybe $10,000. I think a lot of it comes down to once you have so much gear. I'm going to turn the gear on in here. It's getting a little warm already today. Hopefully it doesn't get too loud for you guys. Let me know if that gets too loud for you. I'm going to loosen, get some air on my body. But I would say, yeah, since 2008, maybe $10,000. But I would also say that it happens incrementally, little by little by little. Sooner or later, you make a big purchase like a generator, water catchment systems, EMP shields, a lot of the big items. I tell people to keep it simple. Once you've got that water, food, and security established for 3 months, everything is gravy. Just keep stacking on top of that. You don't need a $700 watch that can tell you the barometric pressure of Iquitos, Peru. You know what I'm saying? I have one of these because I like to monitor my sleep. But if I wasn't monitoring my sleep, I would just be wearing my survival watch, Timex. Got a little compass on it, green band, waterproof. I would love to be able to wear one of those self-winding watch, but the problem is I move my hands too much, and because I'm very active, kung fu, yeah. Ninja. I'm active, and it overwinds the watch. I've blown through several of those until I figured out, why is this watch dead? Why do watches keep dying on me? But keep the gear simple. You don't need a $175 survival knife. Get yourself a good pocket knife. It's got good hinges on it. If you're gonna get a fixed blade knife, get a freaking. You guys know I love my Walmart fixed blade knives. I mean, there are better knives out there. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, what do you think you're going to do? Or you think you're going to do, you're going to be doing like, you're going to go Jon Snow and like, metal on metal, You think that's going to happen? You think, are you really dumb enough to stick the blade of your knife into a crack and try to pry with it? It's a cutting device, not a prying device. And don't get me wrong, I think that some of these knives are absolutely beautiful. They may last forever, but I don't need a freaking, I don't need a knife blade made out of obsidian, or to keep it simple, I don't know, what is it, what's it called when they roll the steel over and over and over to create little patterns that make the steel stronger? Put it in the chat. But you don't need that kind of crap. You don't need any of it. You know what I'm saying? Your grandpa did just fine, and he had an old-timer's pocket knife that he probably gave your father. You don't need any of that fancy crap. You know what I'm saying? Damascus, that's correct. I love it. I love it. Is it better? Yes, it's better. Do I need it? No, I don't need it. It's not required for survival. You know what I'm saying? It needs to work out of the box, no questions asked. That's it. That's all there is to it. All right, so what other question do we got? What is going down in Brown Town? Hey, put a one in the chat if you like my hat. There you go. There you go. I wore this just for you guys. I wore it into a rofo this morning that is basically in the middle of a liberal place. But I didn't get any dirty looks at all. But what I noticed too was, like, if you walk into a Royal Farms, if you don't know what that is, it's kind of like a 7-Eleven. If you walk into a Royal Farms, you know, at 9 o'clock in the morning, those all are working dudes in there. They're all working dudes. So you're not going to get a dirty look from any of those people. You know what I'm saying? 280 something miles. 280 something miles today. It's going to be, I thought it was like 370. But I always forget. Am I in top chat? Damn it, I forgot. Chat filters, community moderation, automatic translation, chat filter. No, it's not in. How do I do this? All right, guys, I'm in top chat. Wait a minute, is that it right there? No, that's a pen of some kind. That's something else. Lighting, greens. I'm about to drive off the damn road. All right, guys, I can't get out of top chat, so make sure you want something. You say it out loud. All right, let's see. I bought a Japanese Damascus steel knife with a maple burnt handle, a maple handle, and it is so, it's nice, but I would rather have that money back. Oh, 100%. 100%. You know, I'm not saying that these knives aren't worth their weight in gold. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying these knives aren't the best, okay? What I'm saying is, like, all right, stupid question. If you've ever gone camping, put a 1 in the chat. Do that. Let's start there. It should be everybody. Every one of there should be like 6 ones in there. Get your trash, get it in gear. All right, listen. So when you went camping, what knife did you use? Did you use, you know, a Damascus maple handle knife to slice your bologna? To cut your sandwich in half? Did you do that? You don't have to answer, but I think you know where I'm going with this, right? You remember when like Dad would share half of his sandwich with you and he would just tear it in half? He wasn't like, shh, let me slice that sandwich, son. That never happened, ever, okay? It's crazy. I carry my cheap knife every day. Listen, man, I'm telling you, listen. So technology is an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing because it's always getting better. Someone is always trying to make something better, okay? I mean, think about like a kettle, okay? Think about the advancements in a kettle that does nothing but boil water and whistle, okay? Think about that. Like, whip out your phone, and I mean, not right now, but when you get a chance, whip out your phone and look at the different types of kettles, okay? That I gotta slow down. You don't drive through this town, Eastville, Virginia. You do not drive through this town speeding, ever. 55 all the way, no questions asked. They have the cops, the local cops live on the highway. They've got $85,000 SUVs that are loaded with every piece of tech you can ever think of, and all they do is sit here and give people tickets. Anyway, I think I've told you guys that 1,000 times. So, you know, a kettle is supposed to boil water. That's its only purpose, boil water, right? And then if it's worth its weight, then it has a whistle to let you know that the water is boiled, right? So, going back to knives, the technology is always getting better. And some of the guys, I hate to say this. No, I don't work there. Walmart. Walmart is selling some knives that are some pocket knives, which are pretty freaking awesome. Different designs, different blade lengths, different blade types. Okay? And they're selling them to you on the cheap because the Chinese are just mastering all this crap and selling it to us. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Good thing about where I work and have worked, I got a lot of gear issued. There you go. Is that alrighty then? No, that's ranch. Okay. Walmart. Yeah, Walmart. It's crazy. There's the other cop right there. I guess he got somebody now. He's got to turn around and come back this way and park. They got a white SUV and a black SUV. But oh, by the way, one of the cops of this town just got freaking sentenced to like, I want to say like 3 years in prison for, what was it? It's not forgery, embezzlement. It's crazy. This town made $1.3 million last year in tickets. It's crazy. All right, I'm going to lock in at 55 again because this cop is not pulling off. He is driving with us, which is very uncharacteristic. Not cost efficient either. Who we got here? So Gregory showed up. Is that what I'm saying? Nice, nice. And somebody else popped in, but is that Tim? Okay, nice. Tim, you like my hat today? You like this hat, Tim? Here. There you go. Okay, so we talked about the knives and we talked about the hurricane kit. What else do you guys want to talk about today? I'm going to open book for the next 28 minutes and 50 seconds. But I'm glad to see some of the regulars popping in. Love it. Where do I get one? I bought this. You can order these offline, but I bought this one in Key West, Florida. We were just like, we stopped off at this place that they kept advertising. If you buy one t-shirt, you get two for free, right? And we stopped, and it was like, they had several stores down there, all the same business name. But everyone we pulled into, where are the free t-shirts? Let me ask the manager, you know, and the manager's not there. It's like, whatever. But anyway, so tooling around, we see this hat. It's like, we gotta have this hat. Got to have this hat. All right, have the speed back up a little bit, so I'm not on this road all day long. Set the cruise at 55. All right, let's see here. Let's talk about Democrats. Okay, who is this? U.S. Man, I really should have brought my glasses. U.S. OAO. Okay, so I don't know who you are, but I'm going to do it anyway, even if you are a troll. Let's go. Let's talk about Democrats. And, man, my eyes are toast. All right, guys, anything else you need to talk to me about or questions or whatever, put them in caps, please, because I can't read this. Siding with our Iran and talking bad against us. I think it's sad. Listen, guys, you have to understand. So you use the term Democrats. I use the term Democrats very, very loosely because it's just an identifier, okay? We could easily say those crazy people. It would mean the same thing as Democrats. Not because the Democrat Party is bad, because the Democrat Party used to actually be for some good things, right? I mean, if you don't know, you know, they wanted smaller class sizes. They wanted computers for every kid. You know, they wanted good things. Then the liberals took over, and then the liberals turned into socialists. Remember the term democratic socialist? Yeah. All that has ever meant is big government. The government solves all your problems. That's all that's ever meant. So, rewinding, But hey, what was that? Coming back around? We'll come back to that. Well, what was the catchphrase that crazy broad who used to be the president's mouthpiece? What was that she used to say all the time? Coming back to that or something like that. Put that in the chat. I'd like to see that. But anyway, so getting back on points. You know, I watched the vote yesterday. They knew they weren't going to win. I think it was like 47-53, something like that. But they did it anyway. They did it anyway. Strictly party lines. One guy stepped over the line. Fetterman, of all people, is turning out to be this guy with morals. Holy crap, how did that happen, right? Circle back. There you go. Thank you. Thanks, guys. But it's like the world is upside down in a few places for some reason. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because common sense is coming back. Slip over here. That light's going to turn green in 3, 2, 1. No, I'm going to stop. But yeah, so watching the War Powers resolution vote last night. It's a joke. They knew it was going to happen. They knew it was going to happen exactly how it happened. And I hate to say it, but the Democrats, as a party, as the spokesmen for their party, have done nothing with that vote. You know, basically trying to say that, you know, that they're not even trying to say that like it's bad. You know, they went to war without permission of Congress and you know, it's a law. It's a law. And Captain Red Tie followed the letter of the law, and they know this was a giant joke. Let me tell you what pisses me off the most about that vote. It's not the liberals, not the Democrats. What pisses me off about that vote the most is the co-signer to make it bipartisan was Rand Paul. Rand Paul and what is it? Is it Chris Massey or Thomas Massey over in the House? They are becoming the thorn in the side of everything that's of the golden age. Let's say the golden age, okay? I don't like to use Trump's words because Trump's not a Republican. I'm not a Republican. Trump just ran as a Republican because he knew he could never be a Democrat when he started talking about America and about citizenship and about immigration. But anyway, so you've got Rand Paul and you got is it Thomas Massey? Somebody square me away, you know. Somebody just typed something. That is great, Ian. Cleared all moons or close. Nice. I'm glad. Getting back on point for me. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm glad I caught that. You know, it's like, if you look at these people, okay? If you look at these people as just a person, unbelievable people. You know, if you've got Rand Paul, doctor. I think he was actually in a little bit of pediatric medicine. I'm not exactly sure. I can't remember, but I know he's a doctor. He was a doctor for a long time. And did a lot of good things. You know, I remember when he was just fighting all the time, fighting the Democrats all the time, and saying a lot of the stuff then and saying now. So he's very consistent. Okay? And then take Massey over there in the House. That is a big ass mosquito in my windshield. It is not that time of year yet. I'm gonna kill you so dead. Come on up here where I can reach you. You're dead. I missed him. There we go. Now you're dead. Dead on the dash. All right, so take Massey. Massey. I believe he's an MIT graduate. He's an engineer by trade. His house is 100% off-grid. He has engineered and built all sorts of crazy stuff for his own house. He's the kind of person that, like, we want in Congress. You know? But what has happened is you've got these two guys that are voting against the America First agenda. And I get it, man. It's like spending. And it's got anything to do with money or balancing a checkbook that doesn't exist anymore. Paul's all over that trash. If it's got anything to do with the overreach of government, Massey is all over that trash. But here's the thing. America is now broken into tribes. Okay? You know, people like to use the word polarization. America is very polarized. America is broken into tribes now because polarization means there's only two sides. Okay? If you doubt what I'm saying, think about the MAGA agenda. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many people are still really following that? How many people are still wearing their red hats? Okay? And we all know that whole thing is like, it's like the forgotten word. You know what I'm saying? Turn my cruise control on here. Lock that puppy in. I won't need my feet for a while. But America is broken into tribes. And these two people that are in the Congress now, they're voting on, it's like they think their vote actually is like counting for what they are doing. You know, they holding government accountable. That's that's both of their catchphrases. Okay, dynamite. You want to hold the government accountable. Oh, well, yeah, I don't think we should be entering into wars. No. Listen, well then why aren't you trying to, like, talk to your Republican friends before we get into these conflicts and saying, hey, we really need to make an adjustment to the War Powers Act? No. You're doing 18-hour stand-up routines about how we're supposed to be balancing a budget that doesn't exist anymore. There are better people that are making these speeches, okay? There are people that are standing up on the floor of Congress that are making better speeches about the national debt than he is. And then you got Massey. And he's just anything that is like America First and its possible overreach. Just I smell overreach. He goes into attack mode, right? They're hurting the country. They're absolutely hurting the country. And it really should be America First for Americans. This is the mentality that these people should be having, and they don't. And that's the problem that I have. The Democrats will eat their own, okay? But here's the funny thing. On all these votes where Massey or Paul is on the side of the Democrats, they're not saying that in public. They're not saying that in public because they want to be able to attack them later. And you would think that the Democrats would use like a more reputable Democrat to be a signer on the bill. No, they use Tim Kaine. Tim Kaine, one of the worst governors of Virginia ever. Tim Kaine ran for president and got his nuts squashed. Tim Kaine was thought of to be a vice president selection. And everybody's like, whoa, just let's pump the brakes on that one. This guy's got issues. So, all right, I see you guys posted a lot of stuff in the chat. I really wish that I could read it. I really do. I'm gonna look for anything in cap, man. Oh man, is that you, Cole? I can't. Or Odin. Odin, you've been writing a lot of stuff in there, man. But I'm sorry I can't read it. Damn it. Got Grumpy and Gaspar just showed up. I like that. Good morning from the foggy and wet Midwest. There you go. There you go. Yeah. I don't know if you just heard that rant that I just went on about Paul and Massey. We are getting so close. So close. All right, one more subject and then I gotta go because we're getting close to the bridge tunnel. You can't have a good car stereo system without a capacitor because of the, man, I'm gonna have to get some glasses. Better because of the, damn it, I can't read it, man. The better they, man, I really wish I could read that, Odin. I can't read those last words. Good luck out there. Okay, thank you, Odin. Appreciate you, man. That's not a question, though. Put a question in chat, guys. Use caps, please. I can't read that, Grumpy. Their strike is... I can't read that. Troublesome. I don't know what strike you're talking about. Their virtue is troublesome. Yeah, you know, I hate to say it, but that's really what it comes down to. I don't think that they want to be like, I don't think that they want to be standing on their soapboxes and yelling and screaming. I don't think that's what they want. I think what they want, because it's difficult to understand whether there are like purists, constitutional purists, but so Paul has tried to introduce bills that would balance the budget since day one. I've yet to see one go to committee. I mean, I'm not sure if that's happened, but I have not personally seen one go to committee, which means that he's trying to do something that's either impossible or it's impossible. You know, Paul is like that grandma who says, make sure you balance your checkbook. That way you always know how much money you have. You don't want to underspend or overspend. You don't want to get in debt. But that philosophy doesn't work when you have a fiat currency, when your currency doesn't really exist. Now, I'm all about not, you know, they say that we bring in enough tax dollars every year to spend the amount of money that we've budgeted for every year. They say that, okay? So why do they keep borrowing all this money? It's like, I don't like, you know, I'm on a fixed income. I live paycheck to paycheck. Someone's bitch, I'm not moving fast enough right now. You know, I live paycheck to paycheck. You know, it's, but I'm not like going out and borrowing money. You know what I'm saying? I have some debt, but I'm not like, hey, let's go out and borrow some money and, you know, get freaking, you know, consolidated debt, consolidate my debt load, that kind of thing. I'm not doing anything like that. It's crazy. All right, so introducing a bill without having support or vote is nothing more than lip service. It's always a big show. Exactly. Exactly. Put my clippy clip thing here, my easy pass. It's just a big show, like you said, man. and I hate to question the guy's integrity, but I mean, like, go do something else. You were a congressman. You got a pension for life now. Go do something else. I tell you what gets. I just found out that the former governor of North Carolina, was it Roy Cooper? He's trying to get into the Senate. It's like, come on, man. I mean, weren't you a lawyer? Didn't you have your own practice and everything? But now you're a politician. Now you're a politician. You're a professional, politic guy. I mean, we don't need these people. We don't need these people in our government. We don't need these people in our lives. I don't know, man. I don't know what the dealio is. Man, that's all caps tonight. The sun out here on the eastern shore is pretty bright right now. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to carry this on. The problem is once I get out of the bridge, there's nothing out here. Here, look. Once I get out here, there is nothing out here, guys. So the sun just washes out the screen. Let's see if I can try. Got to get around this cop. He's pulled over. Give me a second. Let me fix that screen here in a second. There we go. Not questioning his integrity. Question is motivation. Who are they catering to? Yeah, I mean, I get it, man. I get it. I'm with you. I believe exactly what you just said, 100%. But here's the thing. I don't think these people are catering to anybody. Because they're completely alienating their party, so it's not a party issue. They could be, primaried at any time, but somehow they're still in office. People like what they're doing. That's an eagle. We have eagles out here. They're beautiful. So it's like they're doing good, but everything they're doing is muted by reality. It's muted by tribalism because, when you got Fetterman coming over to say, this is stupid. Why aren't you supporting your country? This is your job. No. Represent their states, not the people. Okay? They may be getting voted by the people, but they're not representing the people. That is not their job. Their job is to represent the states. So, if you got Fetterman coming over, acting in a more moral manner than a couple of the guys that frickin' were like diehard warriors for the Republican Party. You know what I'm saying? You gotta wonder. You know what I'm saying? You gotta wonder. I can't read all that, guys. I really want to read it, but if you want me to talk about it, it's got to be in all caps, otherwise I can't read it. All right, well, listen, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'm going to get ready to hit one of these tunnels, and I'm going to lose cell service. That and my throat is doing some weird stuff, and it's really hard to talk. Talking is required for live streaming, so I'm going to go ahead and kill it. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up on the way out the door. If you're here for the first time, hit that subscribe button. If you want to save money on preps and help me earn 32 cents every time you spend $100, there are links in the description. Stay safe. Have a great day, and I shall see you when I see you. Bye-bye.